How did these adolescent entrepreneurs make $1 million before their senior prom? Today, teenage millionaires reveal the secrets to their success.
Welcome back. So, most of us spend our teen years hanging out with friends and going to the Galleria and stressing out about our prom date or not having a prom date.
Our next guest shows a more lucrative way to pass the time. Building $1 million companies.
Yeah, in fact, one of these whiz kids earned his first 50 grand before he was 12.
My kids are slackers.
Cameron Johnson's business career kicked into high gear at age 8. Hoping to be just like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2, Cameron wanted to go to New York and stay at the Plaza Hotel. After his parents agreed to go, wrote to owner Donald Trump with a special request.
I said, "Dear Mr. Trump, I'm going to be staying at your hotel, and the only thing I want to do while I'm in the city is see the suite where Macaulay Culkin stayed and where the movie takes place."
Cameron heard nothing back, but when they arrived at the hotel, an amazing surprise. Trump had arranged for his family to stay in that Home Alone suite.
I realized right then that I'm not going to be playing professional sports, I'm not going to be a singer, I'm going to be a businessman, and I want to be just like Mr. Trump.
At 9, he launched an invitation printing business, making clients out of his parents' friends.
The company was really small, and I was maybe doing 10 or 15 orders a month, a few $100s a month, but that was a lot of money to a 9-year-old.
Next, he moved into the Beanie Baby business, buying and selling them on eBay.
At our peak, I was shipping about 40 orders a day because the hype was through the roof. It was such a frenzy.
In less than 12 months, a now 12-year-old Cameron made $50,000. But he didn't stop there. He launched 2 internet businesses selling ad space. And the second one boomed.
And that company grew to have 200,000 customers, and we were displaying 15 million ads per day, which back then was $15,000 in daily revenue when I was 15 years old.
That same year, he became a board member at a Japanese company, wrote a best-selling book, and before he graduated high school, had already made his first $1 million.
Here today is the author of You Call the Shots, millionaire Cameron Johnson.
Also with us, we have the CEO of WhateverLife.com, 17-year-old millionaire Ashley Qualls. We'll get to her story in a second. But Cameron, do you stay in touch with Trump, Mr. Trump?
Well, I don't stay in touch. I don't have a personal relationship with him. I just reached out to him when I was 8. And then it gets better.
Our kids do.
I also reached out to him, though, a year and a half ago when I first wrote my book.
Oh, yeah.
And I sent him a manuscript, and he gave me a great testimonial for the back. He said 13 years ago, Cameron wrote to me because he wanted to, stay in the suite at my hotel. Now he's writing to me because he's written a terrific book, and that was really nice of him.
Well,
And
he
on the back
watches
cover.
the show, so I'm sure he'll be very proud of
Good.
you.
I'm sure very proud.
Well, hello.
So you took your sister's Beanie Babies, and you ended up with 5,000 Beanie Babies before you threw in the basement of your parents' home. Was your sister mad at you?
Well, at the time, I paid her $100 for them. And, well, $100 to a 6-year-old is like $1 million.
Yeah.
So, and since now she's 17, so I've paid her back the $900 plus interest.
So by the age of 21 years old, you had how many businesses?
I had 12 businesses before I turned 21.
My Lord. Oh, boy. This makes you feel like a loser, doesn't it, Mike?
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out the keys to your success you can pass along to other kids and all of us in just a second. But Ashley, wow. When did you start your $1 million project?
I started it, I was 14, and it's called WhateverLife.com. And I actually created it just for fun, and it was...
What is it exactly? You're designing web pages?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it's actually MySpace layouts and graphics, and you can actually go on the site, and it's all free, and you can learn how to build your own website.
How many people a month get in touch with you to build a website?
Well, there's on the site a day is about 100,000 to 250,000 different.
My gosh! You start with your friends. Will you paint my MySpace page?
Basically,
for me, that kind of
essentially, yeah. I mean, it was just my friends. They wanted me because I was always doing websites since I was 9. So. They asked me, I learned the code, and I started posting them on the site, and it grew.
How long do you think it's going to be before somebody comes to you and wants to buy you out?
People have offered already.
Oh, man, I can't.
There's been a lot of offers, but it's so much fun to do it. I mean, it's a great thing to do when you find something you love.
Hold on a second. How much you make in a month now? At 17.
On average, 50 to 70,000.
Yeah. Okay, so you bought a house, though, right? You bought the house.
I bought a house.
And you live in it with
my mom right now.
Can you tell us how much the house was?
It was about $250,000.
Okay, so
Cameron, do you have a house?
I do. I bought my first house when I was 19, and I actually just sold it a couple weeks ago, thankfully, with this market, right under $400,000.
$400,000. Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah.
When we come back, I wish my kids would get out of bed. Cameron reveals how you can become a millionaire as well.
We needed a good excuse to play a little bit of hip-hop.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back with millionaire Cameron Johnson. He made money. He's had 12 companies by the time he was 21 years old. Also CEO of whateverlife.com, 17-year-old Ashley Qualls. She's a millionaire as well.
Yeah, Cameron was telling us in the commercial break, now that he's 23, ooh, all grown up, he takes 5 months off a year just to travel. Everybody out there wants to know, especially the parents, how can our teens make $1 million before their senior prom? You just got to put yourself out there? Is that what it's about?
Well, in my book, You Call the Shots, that's exactly what I talk about. That's the first chapter, but in that chapter, I tell the Donald Trump story. Because I was 8 years old, I put myself out there, but I didn't know any better. And I think that helped me be successful.
Naivete helps?
Naive help.
The younger you do it, too, the cuter it is.
Exactly.
You know, so it works. I mean, it works.
People are going to support you. They want to.
Start small. Now, you're not talking about small like little child. You're talking about small.
Exactly.
Small goals.
Exactly. I think one of the worst things you can do is take on a lot of debt. You know, let's look at Microsoft or Dell. They both started in dorm rooms. I started in a bedroom.
How much did it cost you to?
It cost me $8. I actually, and that's the funny thing. I mean, it's possible, you know, for anybody to do this. It's possible. I mean, you have to, if you have the passion, you have to go for it. And I think that's an important thing that Cameron and I were discussing earlier.
And Cameron said in his book, you look close to home. You looked in your home.
Literally in my home. Yeah, I mean, it's a home-based business. So I mean, I started it for fun, and I've been very blessed for it to become such a...
What exactly do you mean, Cameron?
Well, look close to home for great ideas. What I mean is don't try and think so far outside of the box. You know, I started a company that you could buy and sell gift cards on the internet. That's because I had a lot of gift cards in my back pocket that I couldn't get rid of. So I think do what you know, and she knows MySpace and designing all these web pages. That's what she did.
Adapt or die.
I think this is true for any business, whether you're a Fortune 500 or you're a small business. You have to continue to always change to your customers and to everything else, or your business will die.
Now, you're into Donald Trump, but we all need mentors in life. If you can't meet somebody big and famous like that, what do you do?
Well, I think one option is to read books. I read books on Bill Gates, Michael Dell, Donald Trump, Richard Branson growing up, and they were like mentors to me, even though I didn't have a personal relationship.
I read the Donald Trump book, too, when I was in college.
How much do you have?
I have nothing.
You need to read my book.
Read Cameron's book.
What's your biggest splurge?
Biggest splurge, I bought a house at 19. You know, I bought a Mercedes when I was in high school, but I'm not really into flashy things, and that's something I'm proud of, is that I'm really humble.
It's a dream, isn't he?
You don't have Ferraris?
Out there?
No, I'm not into that. I would rather put my money away and save it and have it for later in life.
Do you date anybody?
Sometimes.
Oh, but you're not married.
No, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Cameron and I both share, is that we don't spend, you know, too much money. And I mean, we bought a house, you know, we each bought our own houses. And I don't even have a license. I don't drive, so I don't even have a car.
You could be driving a nice, you know, BMW.
Right, yeah, and that would be cool, but, you know, I put a lot more of my money back.
You can at least park it in the driveway.
She has a driver.
Impressive.
Thank you both very much.
She could have a driver.
You know who's here?
Thank you, guys.